These are my note cards. So, what is scoliosis? Scoliosis is when there is a curve to the spine in the shape of a C or an S. I have scoliosis, and I didn't find out until my freshman year of high school when I had to go get a sports physical for the sport that I wanted to go in, because everybody has to take a sports physical before they can be in any type of a sport, even if it's fall, spring, or winter. They have to take it before they can be in any sports. There are early signs for scoliosis. It can be detected by scoliosis checks in elementary or middle schools, and what they look for, or even just what to notice in somebody else's life, is uneven shoulders, waist, and if one hip is higher than the other, which is from Mayo Clinic. Scoliosis is also monitored by regular x-rays to see if the curve has changed or if the curve has gotten any worse. Also, scoliosis can affect the body. It can cause people to favor one side of their body more than the other. For instance, I favor my right side more than my left because my curve seems to make it harder for me to reach high with my left arm than with my right. And I also feel I have more strength and sturdiness on my right side than I do on my left. There are also causes for scoliosis, but surprisingly, medical professionals don't know exactly what causes scoliosis, but they do know is that heredity is a factor, but because the disorder tends to run in families, and that is stated by the Mayo Clinic. Older children or adolescents are typically the ones that will develop scoliosis because they are the ones that have those sudden growth spurts. Also, girls are more likely to develop scoliosis than boys. There are different types of treatment for scoliosis. If a child is still growing and the curve is moderate, which means that the curve isn't severe and it doesn't affect the person's daily life, then doctors may recommend a back brace. Now, some people think that the back brace will cure their scoliosis, but it actually just prevents the curve of the spine getting any worse. It doesn't cure it in any way, it just prevents it from getting worse. And the most common type of brace is a plastic brace that is conformed to a specific person's body so it can fit just right. Another type of treatment is surgery. The most common type of treatment for scoliosis is spinal fusion. Doctors connect two or more vertebrae together, then with metal hooks, rods, and screws that hold the spine straight so that the bones can fuse together properly. Also, the recovery time for scoliosis is at least 6 to 3 months, so it is a long recovery time. Sometimes, like in my case, there is no treatment at all. This means that the curve is not going to get worse because the person is done growing, and it also won't affect their daily lives. In conclusion, scoliosis is a curve of the spine in the shape of a C or an S. There are many different physical ways of detecting scoliosis, and it is most common in adolescents that are still growing. And there also, if there is a family history of scoliosis. There are 3 different types of treatment, which are back braces, surgery, and no treatment at all. Luckily, I have never had to have any type of treatment for my scoliosis.